All right, here we go. As I start with a drink of water. Too funny. Hi, I'm Trey, Broken Path Shaman, and I welcome you, the Shamunity tribe, into our virtual medicine lodge. And this is really where I share a simple practice of shamanic breathing. And this is for all levels. It's different than most people's surface breathing. So please listen when your body tells you it's too much. Ask questions in chat. I'll try and answer them at the end. and we'll hope that this all goes better than last time. Having some issues with YouTube. They're not really wanting to broadcast, so I had to change resolution, which means I had to change all the OBS scenes that I had. So gotta love it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to make this easier for me, conform to the Google higher ups. All right, but with all that said, I'm going to do a shorter meditation. So it's going to be about 5 minutes for each of the postures. And yeah, let's just get started. So first pose I'm going to do is in a Vajrasana or what's that called? Thunderbolt pose. So, or rock pose. I strive to keep my knees together and sit on the soles of my feet. I enjoy having the palms of my hands together and the thumbs on my sternum. My goal is to take an active inhale, so as full as possible without straining, not trying to hurt myself or don't want you to hurt yourself. And just letting those muscles relax, release all that tension as I exhale. Hmm. Very interesting. Got this mold kind of creeping up. shorten the poses, so I'm going to go into the second pose. That's a Badakonasana. Oh, yeah, you don't even see. Oh, amazing. Huh. Sorry, as I changed one of these, um, I changed my different tiles here, so you actually can't even see the other camera, which is a, oops, that's my fault. Alright, so the Badakonasana is going to actually be, that's right, it's a bound ankle pose. So keeping the soles of the feet touching, lengthening the spine with each breath. I'm focusing on those plants, those trees, any life you can see, and strengthening that connection that we have with the world around us. My foot's kind of cramping a bit, so try not holding it. All right, signal for the third posture, which will be Badakonasana, and that is no, it's not Badakonasana, it's a Tadasana, mountain pose. Gonna stand up and do a mountain pose. And you definitely won't see all of me. I think the resolution is a lot lower uh, than it was before, so less pixels on the screen, less camera area, less memory for Google to have to store. So the key with the Badakonasana is keeping the toes together and the heels slightly apart. Just gonna change this around a bit. Lights in my eyes. You know what? I think we'll call it there. Just a shorter practice today. I missed the past couple days meditating, broadcasting the meditation with you folks. So just wanted to get back into it. The holiday kind of threw me. I got really just into the holiday. We had Labor Day here in the United States of America, so had an extra day off. I was enjoying relaxing with the family, actually with my wife. Um, so yeah, that's what happened, and I got out of my routine, and so yeah, time to get back into it. And that's one of the things that I just like to share with you. It's not really about perfection, right? I always feel that perfection is actually just completing the task, doing the thing, because that's the most perfect it's going to be. Perfect in terms of timeless, perfect in terms of it won't change because it has happened. So when I bring perfection, I bring accomplishment. I don't really bring this other ideal of statues or a certain look, right? I do have goals to get better at what I do, but I don't beat myself up for not being perfect. And that's what I want to inspire you to avoid doing also. Avoid beating yourself up, right? Avoid being too hard on yourself. Um, and I was this way. I'm not too hard on myself because I'm not hard with everybody. But what I realized, what I've learned, is that I was actually very hard on myself, and I was also very hard on everybody else. So uh, just trying to soften that up a bit because it's not really the way I like to live, if that makes sense. So bringing that back to our meditation. If you miss a day, come back to it the next day, or come back to it when you realize you missed it. It might not be at sunrise. It might not be at a sandhya hour, a perfect hour for meditation with the in terms of the sun, but you at least are going to get there. You're going to have a perfect meditation because you are there with your intent doing the action. So yeah, just bring yourself to it. If you got to bring a 30-minute meditation down to 3 minutes, if you skip a day, come back to it the next day. Um, just having your intent, being human, being fallible, have some self compassion. We can make it through it, right? So I like to end with something I'm grateful for. I usually go to another screen, but I'm sure it's horrendously out of proportion. So I have to get that working again. But one thing I'm grateful for, why only one thing? Again, family. Wow. I'm grateful to have siblings. Complicated family life, but I was raised without my siblings, and I had their input. I was around them for brief periods growing up. In terms of life, very brief periods, but when I was younger, it felt like I was with them a lot for first 10 years of their lives for sure, 10, 12 years. And then moved away and just didn't get to see them as much as they grew up. And then with the family divorce and all that kind of stuff, really didn't get to see them until we were adults. And they worked really hard to reconnect with me, and I reconnected with them. And it was interesting how we reconnected as adults, because as youth, as kids, we depended on our family to keep us together. So we have the same dad. My mom fell out with my dad, so I didn't hear a lot from my dad. So I wouldn't hear a lot from my siblings. But then as adults, I heard a ton from my siblings, and that's just awesome. It's really, really cool to be connected with them again. So I kind of have a dual perspective, more uh, only child perspective, but definitely only child and siblings. So, I love my brothers, my sister, ton, uh, my niece, my nephew, which I really need to see more. So, all right, I'm just chattering here, but I love you all. Thank you so much for coming out. I realize I don't pronounce namaste properly, so I'm gonna have to go watch that, because, as this comedian put it, how would we like it if somebody was like trying to say hello and they're like hello, hello all the time, and American accents on the namaste Sanskrit version of hello is appropriation. So I'm American. We have hello and we have goodbye. I would love something a bit more poetic, so I'll work on that. But until then, thanks to everyone for meditating with me, with us. Really appreciate it. And I would say you can find me on Twitter as BP_shaman. Or I suggest subscribing to YouTube so you get notifications when I go live, because I just talked for like 3 minutes. Sometimes I miss a day, sometimes I might even do two in one day, you don't know. But if you're subscribed, you'll at least get the notifications that I'm going live. So the light in me honors the light in you. Health, wholeness, and wellness, family. And if you'd like a remote Reiki sessions, not stay tuned in this episode, but follow me throughout the week. I will offer a 20-minute remote Reiki, remote Reiki session, Izvanitya, I should say. So it'll usually happen at 5:15 p.m. when I do offer those, so keep your ears posted. You might get some remote Reiki if you follow me, but you got to follow live. Can't really do the next day stuff because I might have something, might be busy already. All right. Love me, love you, love